Tonight on Prime Business, the price of petrol is expected to go up by as much as 13% beginning this Thursday. We shall give you details on this. Plus, President Akufo-Addo touts newly launched Development Bank Ghana as critical to reviving Ghana's economy as the bank receives more than $700 million to support SME growth.
It is expected to work to transform our SMEs into well-functioning, formal and strong corporates with the potential to increase our GDP, employ more people.
Plus, tackling unemployment, panel members at the Graphic Business Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting call for a redirection of government investment into real sectors of the economy, such as agriculture and manufacturing.
The growth of employment must keep pace with the growth of GDP. So in this case, you have created 700,000, but how many are still left? I'm always interested in the ratio or the percentages.
We have all these stories and more coming up shortly, but we'll begin with commodities. Well, tonight, prices of petroleum products are expected to witness one of the biggest jumps from this Thursday. This is based on data that Joy Business has secured from the bulk oil distribution companies. Here's more in this report.
The expected increase is not based on our projections, but rather what the bulk oil distribution firms are expected to sell to the oil marketing companies from the 15th of June 2022. That is from this Wednesday. Now, based on the price list that these bulk oil distribution companies are willing to sell to the retail firms in the country, a litre of diesel is expected to be increased by 11.14% per litre, while petrol will be up by almost 13%. Petrol is currently sold on the market at around 10 Ghana cedis, 10 pesos per litre, while diesel, on the other hand, is going for 12 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos. Well, even though crude prices have been fairly stable on the international market, the cost of refining these products are going up on the international market. But judging from what happened over the last 2 weeks, where some oil marketing companies had to renegotiate with the bulk oil distributors to reduce their prices, maybe we may not witness the expected increase at the pumps by this weekend. But we should not forget about the impact of this development on the cost of living in the coming weeks, and how this could also force the commercial transport operators to increase fares if nothing is done in the last minute to cushion consumers or maybe stay prices.
And of course, as you heard from the GPLT in the interaction with MFR Power early on, prices of transfer fare are expected to increase on Thursday to reflect current market conditions. We shall give you details as and when we do have them. But away from that, President Akufo-Addo has charged the newly launched Development Bank Ghana to form strong ties with players in the private sector to work towards reviving the economy. Speaking at a ceremony to announce the official takeoff of the bank, President Akufo-Addo described the bank as a critical initiative to the transformation of the economy. We have more in this report.
The formation of the Development Bank Ghana is part of moves by government to tackle the SME financing challenge, which has been a decade-old canker in the country. It is expected that forming a partnership with private sector stakeholders will strengthen the bank to make cheaper funds available to the commercial banks to on-lend. Delivering the keynote speech, President Akufo-Addo said the problem with long-term financing for players in the economy will be a thing of the past.
Development Bank Ghana should be the bedrock for our renewed commitment to private sector development. It is expected to work to transform our SMEs into well-functioning, formal and strong corporates with the potential to increase our GDP, employ more people, and enhance our tax efforts. The bank must be partners with the private sector, the Association of Ghana Industries, the Private Enterprises Foundation, the Employers Association, the Pharmaceutical Industry Association of Ghana, the Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters, the Ghana Securities Industry Association, and the Ghana Association of Bankers. The bank must work with them to provide access to long-term funds, access to markets, both domestic and foreign, and skills development.
Meanwhile, Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Ernest Addison, hinted that the Bank of Ghana will hold the Development Bank to same rules as commercial banks in the country. He said the bank has come in good time to fill the gaps other financial institutions are unable to fill in providing the needed support.
As the regulator, the bank will deploy the requisite tools to ensure effective regulation and supervision of DFIs. The bank will also ensure that DFIs in Ghana operate in a financially sustainable manner to achieve the development mandate, foster confidence, and attract more investments into the economy. I wish to reiterate that the Bank of Ghana will hold DBG to the same regulatory and supervisory standards that it holds banks and SDIs, while at the same time maintaining oversight of the participating financial institutions that the DBG will be working with.
The bank will be operating from the Accra Financial Center.
Meanwhile, Minister of Finance Ken Ofori-Atta has urged the bank to work prudently to gain international standard recognition, which will support it in its quest to go to the market to secure some funds on its own. He believes that this will also complement the already existing capital that the bank has received so far, which he described as moderate.
It's our firm expectation DBG will manage its affairs prudently and that soon it will be able to go to the market, both domestic and international, to raise its own funds on the basis of its balance sheet. This therefore requires the board and management to work hard toward getting an international rating for the bank within the shortest possible time. It must be emphasized that the President's vision to transform the economy will be hinged on DBG doing a few things. So the charge to DBG, the provision of long-term finance to the economic units operating in the productive sectors of the economy at competitive interest rates, providing funds and facilities with tenures over 5 years, ensuring that we focus on green, clean growth, and the creation of jobs, to lend funds to participating financial institutions for unlending to SMEs, to operate a partial guarantee window, and to direct appropriate funding in times of crisis.
Now, over 2 million cedis is being paid to shareholders of the Amenfimam Rural Bank as dividends for the 2021 financial year. That's representing a 30% return on investment, with each share attracting a 6 pesewa dividend. It comes after the expiration of a directive by the Bank of Ghana for deposit-taking institutions to halt payment of dividends in 2 financial years due to the impact of COVID-19. Nana Aljima was at the annual general meeting of the bank and has filed this report.
Amenfimam Rural Bank recorded profit before tax of 10.1 million cedis in the year under review, a marginal dip from 11.5 million cedis posted in 2020. Deposits of customers grew by 10.4% from 363.6 million cedis in 2020 to 401.7 million cedis. In closing the 2021 financial year, total assets of the bank grew by 12.6%, driven mainly by a 43.9% increase in loans and advances to support the agriculture and SME sectors of the economy. With stated capital of 6.7 million cedis, managers of the bank assured they are sufficiently capitalized to make profit. Chief Executive Officer Dr. Alexander Asma says more will be done to ensure profitability.
Having been able to overcome the challenges of the COVID and having been able to come this far with all the restrictions on us being relaxed, we can assure you that we continue to work so hard to protect your investment and give you much higher returns as we move on. We want to assure you, as the leading rural bank, that continue to invest in us. Because once you invest in us, your investment is safe. In addition to that, your returns are always assured.
Management of the bank says prudent strategies had to be adopted to keep the bank afloat despite economic challenges. Board Chair Dr. Tony Oben explains.
The difference between the rural bank and maybe the high street banks is that we are very close to our customers. So we know their challenges. So when we know their family members, so if you came for credit, we knew we'll follow you and know what we're doing. So we are a very friendly bank, we're a very active bank, and we think ahead. And you know that it has reflected in various awards that we have received.
Meanwhile, in helping drive the government's agenda to create jobs through entrepreneurship, the bank is helping build capacities of customers to start and maintain businesses. Dr. Alexander Asma says the necessary funding will be granted the businesses to be established through training.
So we are empowering the people, our customers and people in our communities to create what we call multiple stream of income. You should be able to not only rely on your salary, but you should be able to take money from the bank, invest it in another project, and be able to generate some money. So you get some here, you get some here, and together we build the economy. So we are carefully empowering people that will be able to help us to do that.
For Joy News, Nanaya Ojima reporting.
Now, here in Accra, panel members of the Graphic Business Stanbic Bank Breakfast Meeting have called for a redirection of government investment into real sectors of the economy, such as agriculture and manufacturing. This, they said, will help create the jobs needed to reduce Ghana's unemployment rate. Here's more.
Data from the Ghana Statistical Service shows that Ghana's unemployment rate stands at 13.9%. The Graphic Business Stanbic Bank Breakfast Meeting was organized on the theme Tackling Unemployment to Create Wealth, Opportunities for Ghana. Speaking at the meeting, economist and lecturer at the University of Ghana, Dr. Edu Owusu-Sarkodie stressed the need to focus on sectors that can employ a large portion of the population.
Now, how can you sustain your program for 10 years, 15 years, when it is import dependent? What was the strategy to produce fertilizer locally? I was in China. I was invited for a conference and we're studying their models. One of the things I learned in China was that their first economic model was that no Chinese should go hungry. No Chinese.
Okay.
No Ghanaian should, I'm coming, I'll answer your question. No Ghanaian should go hungry. That should be the position. I am not saying that the Planning for Food and Jobs program has not made any gains. I am saying that it is not enough. It depends on the numbers outside. You look at nominal figures, and I will tell you that I am looking at the percentage, the ratios. Because if there are about 1 million people unemployed and you create 100,000, 100,000 is a number, but it's just 10%.
Meanwhile, President of the Private Enterprises Federation, Nana Osei-Bones, warned that the constant neglect of the informal economy is the major challenge in employment creation in the country.
Between public sector, which is 6.2 of the employment pool in Ghana, you have private sector formal, 6.8 of GDP. The informal sector is 86%. So if you're doing any analysis to create jobs, where are you going to look at? The informal sector. Encourage them, provide the resources, provide the competencies and capacities so they can create jobs. Nobody sets up a business to create jobs. They set up a business to make money. And by making money, they need more hands, they expand, the economy will grow, and more people will be employed.
On her part, the managing consultant at Purple Almond Consulting Services, Florence Hope, will do appeal to policymakers to help develop the right human resources needed for job creation.
Well, the skills cinema now, it's a lot of entrepreneurial skills. I mean, there are no businesses. Everybody has to put on the entrepreneur hat. How do I become an entrepreneur? Beyond me thinking about myself, how do I create the business for my brother to work? How do I create a business for my friend? So the big skill now should be entrepreneurial. In school, think of what business idea do I have? How do I formalize this business idea with the funding opportunities available? We've just said about Stanbic talking to us about this incubation, SME support, National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program is available for funding. So how do I, first of all, develop my skills to take advantage of all these opportunities? Okay. It's the conversation of first mindset.
Now, the Chartered Institute of Credit Management Ghana has assured that it will continue to explore ways through which the standards of credit practice in Ghana will be raised. Speaking at the launch of the third edition of the CICM Annual Ghana Credit Excellence Awards, the head of strategic relationship and chairman of the awards planning committee, Yao Jimfi, emphasized that this year's award is a step to fulfilling the outfit's pledge of making project credit management a relevant tool for development. Take a listen.
I wish to say confidently that CICM is very proud of the various landmark achievements, which contribute immensely towards improvement in organizational performance. Now, being very heedful of the achievement, the Institute has resolved to keep the stakes as high and as relevant as possible, so that the standards by which we assess individuals and businesses is not compromised. We are committed to keep the awards process simple, transparent, and fair. The CICM would like to assure all of you that we shall continue to explore ways through which we shall raise the standards of credit risk practices in Ghana. Finally, we would like to acknowledge the fact that our awards would not have gotten thus for without the collaboration and cooperation of you, our media partners, and all stakeholders.
Now, telecom giant Vodafone Ghana is introducing selected small and medium-scale enterprises to new opportunities in online markets for business growth. Through the setting up of websites and inventory keeping services for these businesses, the initiative is expected to increase the market reach of the enterprises and increase profitability. Nanea Ojima has been through the entire event and has come through with this report.
Digitalization is one of the means being adopted to develop local businesses. Following the COVID-19 pandemic, many businesses have resorted to trading online. Telecom giant Vodafone Ghana, aside building websites for customers who own businesses, have improved money transfer services. Director of Enterprise Business Unit and Wholesale, Tawa Bolaren, explains the target is to help develop these businesses to impact positively on the national economy.
Now, when you look at businesses that also used to be traditionally, I would say, brick and mortar businesses, the pandemic has also made other people, out of a sense of survival, right, and what I would say business continuity, most people have moved from being brick and mortar businesses today, that they now realize the fact that actually it's not sustainable for me to just be in the one place in case my customers can't reach me, and therefore you have businesses moving online. In Vodafone Ghana, we are the only provider today that actually will provide you with a website solution that also gives you search engine optimization so that people can see your businesses. They can get some kind of confidence that this is a legitimate business that they can do business with, and then they can actually order and buy goods. We also have a product called Red Trader that allows you to be able to actually keep all your inventory. So it's like a cash till, right? So every sale you make can be generated through it. We have Vodafone Cash today. People can pay you. We're the only provider in Ghana today, I'm always proud to say this, that actually you can send money for free on Vodafone Cash. In addition to that, we are the only provider as a merchant where you can collect money from anybody, irrespective of the network provider, and there are no transaction fees. So we've made a lot of things happen for businesses, especially with the pandemic.
Through golfing, business leaders are being brought together to build synergies to grow their businesses. This year's Otumfuo Golf Open, sponsored by Vodafone, created a platform for the target group. In appreciation of customers in the region, a health screening exercise and a walk were held for customers. For Joy News, Nana Yaojima, Kumasi.
Now, the Electricity Company of Ghana has announced an amnesty for all customers with electrical metering faults within its operational catchment. The company says it is giving a month moratorium from the 7th of June to the 6th of July this year for customers with uncaptured meters, billing anomalies, faulty meters, meter bypassing and meter tampering to visit any of the customer service units to have them fixed. Director of Customer Services at ECG, Abraham Abebrese, says the unacceptable quantum of losses incurred by the company enforced the decision to conduct the exercise for the very first time. He's speaking to the media in Kumasi, indicates that persons found culpable after the duration will be made to face the rigors of the law.
Power theft, however, has been the significant contributor to our commercial losses. In order, therefore, to reduce our commercial losses once and for all, and clean the system of any electrical illegality, and improve the revenue of the company, we have, for the first time in our history, introduced a moratorium or an amnesty for customers prior to the auditing of all meters. Consequently, beginning June 7th, 2022 to July 6, 2022, customers with underlisted issues should report to our district or customer service offices for rectification of these anomalies. The first one has to do with customers who are using postpaid meters but do not receive bills. Customers using prepayment meters but do not purchase electricity credits. Customers whose meters are faulty. Customers who have bypassed or tampered with their meters and are therefore not paying the full cost of power usage. And any other customer who is engaged in any form of illegality whatsoever. Customers with any of these issues stated above should visit our district or customer service centers to report. And when you report, you'll be given what we call a report slip, which will indicate that you've come to report. A counterfoil will be kept by ECG, and the other copy will be given to you as a customer. We are appealing to all and sundry, especially our customers, to take advantage of this moratorium or amnesty, since after the deadline, the National Revenue Mobilization Task Force will resume full operations, and any customer caught stealing will be deemed as a criminal activity and will be charged with the offense of stealing in accordance with the laws of this country.
That'll be it for Prime Business. I'm Charles Ayitey. I'll leave you with international business news, after which we have sports with Oriko Ampofo. Do stay with us.